special guest in the studio this morning. Ginger Young is here, the founder and chief cook and book washer of Book Harvest. How you doing this morning,
Hi, Ron.
Ginger?
Great to be here.
Good to see you this morning. And we have Toonie Goyle here, and Toonie is an 8th grader at Smith Middle School. How are you this morning, Toonie?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. Ginger, I want to give you the honors here. Tell me why Toonie is so special when it comes to Book Harvest.
Toonie did something absolutely incredible last year. As you know, Ron, we run our giant community-wide book drive on MLK Day every year. Mm-hmm. And MLK Day 2014 was a great success. 34,000 books came in one afternoon. And this young man brought in 8,000 of them all by himself. Wow. He reached out to his middle school last year and decided he was going to really hit a home run for us. And he brought in more books than we could imagine. The moment he pulled up at the Carolina Theater of Durham and opened up a U-Haul and it was packed to the gills, our jaws dropped. We couldn't believe it. So he's a hero. If anybody ever wonders about the power of the youth in our community to make a difference, they just need to meet Toonie.
Toonie, why did you get so fired up about doing this for your fellow students and for kids all over our community?
Well, 2 years ago, I participated in an MLK drive for Book Harvest, and I was blown away. I loved it. I fell in love, basically. So since then, I've loved doing charity work, and I love working with Book Harvest.
Now, I'm sure that, collecting all these books, you obviously are a big reader yourself. What has reading books, what kind of a difference has it made in your life? I've become
more intelligent and nicer to people, I think, too, because books teach you empathy.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We could all use more of that.
Wow. This guy's mature beyond his years, I'd say. Ginger, you and all the people helping you have collected more than 250,000 books since Book Harvest has been in existence. For the folks who might not know, what is Book Harvest and what is it all about?
Book Harvest's mission is very simple. We want every child in our community to be growing up with plenty of books at home. We think that is a vital part of a healthy childhood, right up there with sunshine and healthy food. And yet, within just a fraction of a mile from here are kids who don't have any books at home. We know we can solve that problem because we live in a community that understands the power of books, that is really proactive and does what it takes to solve some problems for us. The biggest problem that we're facing from our perspective is that kids need the resources to thrive in school that we know are going to make a difference. Books. Every child should grow up with big stacks of books at home.
Yeah.
So we have sent the word out for almost 4 years now that if somebody donates a book to us, we will rehome it with a child in need in our local community. That's all that happens to every book that comes in.
That's fantastic. This is a very special event coming up on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. And it's not just a day off for people, but it should be a day of community service, and you guys exemplify that very well. But what happens when people come in and bring books on that day?
We're encouraging everybody who's listening to look around, find out if there's books sitting on their shelves that they're done with that they would be willing to donate, to ask their neighbors, put a box out on their front porch and ask them to drop books in that box. And when they show up at the Carolina Theater, they'll have a couple of options. They can do drive-by donating. We'll have volunteers at the curb. They can hand the books out of the window at Carolina Theater and keep going if they're busy that day. If they're able to park and come in, they will discover a fantastic party going on. Mm-hmm. We'll have Willie Bull, Maki the Lemur from the Duke Lemur Center, food trucks, live music. It's going to be a great event. Lots of purposeful volunteers rolling their sleeves up to sort the books and prepare them for distribution for the kids. So we just hope everybody will join us that day to celebrate kids and books.
Toonie, if you have like 30 seconds here to encourage your fellow students and other members of the community to participate in this, what would you say to them and about the importance of being a part of all this excitement?
It's not just about donation and charity and community service. It's about being part of a community, giving back to the people you go to school with, your coworkers. Being part of something bigger.
I got to ask you this while you're here. What do you hope to do as an adult? I know you got a lot of stuff you're going to do between now and then, but what are your favorite studies? What do you enjoy reading about most, and what do you want to do when you're older?
I love technology. I love the idea of of innovation. So maybe I'll be an inventor. Maybe I'll be some sort of business person. I like to create things and, again, help people to live a better life.
Fantastic, man. What a great answer. Ginger, how do folks find out more about this special Book Harvest event and about Book Harvest in general?
To find out more about both Book Harvest and our Dream Big Book Drive at the Carolina Theater on MLK Day, 1 to 4 o'clock, they can go to our website, www.bookharvestnc.org. We have all the information there you need, but the quick story is if you've got books at home and you can bring them by that afternoon to the Carolina Theater, please come join us, and please bring some friends. We really want everybody to come join us on this big day of celebration in honor of Dr. King.
Well, kudos to you and Michelle Lynn and everybody else involved with Book Harvest, and especially to Toonie Goyle today. Toonie, thank you for coming by and telling us your story and encouraging others.
Thanks so much for having me.
All right.
Thank you, Ron.
It's always great to talk to you. 8:52 WCHL.